A diesel particulate filter, or DPF, is a device in the exhaust system that traps soot, which is the black smoke made by diesel engines. Without a DPF, diesels would release harmful particles into the air. Because the filter collects soot, it eventually fills up, so it has to burn that soot into ash. That cleaning process is called regeneration, or regen. It works a bit like a self-cleaning oven. The DPF gets hot enough to burn the soot, so the filter can keep working. There are three main types of DPF regeneration: passive regeneration, active regeneration, and forced regeneration. Passive regeneration is the easiest form because the filter cleans itself naturally while you drive. It usually happens during highway or motorway driving, or anytime the engine runs warm at a steady speed with light load. Passive regeneration often continues gradually in the background, and usually about 20 to 40 minutes of warm, steady driving keeps soot levels under control. The best part is that passive regeneration is free and requires no special equipment. Active regeneration happens when passive cleaning isn't enough, usually because of short trips or city driving. During active regeneration, the vehicle injects extra fuel to raise exhaust temperature and burn the soot. You might notice a higher idle speed, slightly higher fuel use, warmer exhaust smells, or cooling fans running more often. An active regen normally takes 10 to 30 minutes while driving, and works best if you continue driving long enough for it to finish, usually 10 to 15 minutes at around 40 miles per hour or higher. Like passive regen, active regen doesn't require a shop visit and costs nothing except a small amount of extra fuel. Forced regeneration is needed when the other two methods stop working. If a vehicle does too many short trips, runs low on fuel, or interrupts regens, the DPF can fill to a point where it cannot clean itself. When that happens, a mechanic must use a diagnostic tool to run a controlled cleaning cycle. Forced regeneration is common when a DPF warning light stays on, when the vehicle goes into limp mode, or when soot load gets too high for an automatic regen to complete. A machine-assisted forced regen usually takes 30 to 90 minutes. If the DPF has to be removed from the vehicle for bench cleaning, it may take 1 to 3 hours, and a badly blocked filter might require overnight soaking or even full replacement. Costs vary by location and vehicle type. In the United States, a forced on-vehicle regeneration typically costs between $150 and $400, while a removal and cleaning service usually costs between $300 and $800. A brand new DPF for a light-duty diesel can cost anywhere from $1,000 to $3,500 or more. In the United Kingdom, typical costs for a forced regen range from 120 pounds to 300 pounds, professional cleaning ranges from 200 pounds to 600 pounds, and a new DPF can cost 800 pounds to 2,500 pounds or higher. These prices depend on labor rates, whether the filter is easy to remove, and whether the part is OEM or aftermarket. U.S. labor rates at garages commonly range from $100 to $200 per hour, while UK shops usually charge £70 to £140 per hour. Dealers often cost more than independent diesel specialists, while large fleets sometimes get discounted pricing or service plans. The symptoms of a clogged DPF are usually noticeable. Drivers may see a DPF warning light on the dashboard, experience a loss of power or limp mode, notice increased fuel consumption, hear cooling fans running more often, or smell very hot exhaust. In many cases, frequent active regens are a sign that the soot load is getting too high. A forced regen is likely needed if the warning lights stay on after driving at motorway or highway speed, if the soot level is too high for normal cleaning, or if the vehicle refuses to complete an active regen because of repeated short trips or low temperature. There are several simple maintenance habits that help avoid expensive forced regens. Taking a diesel vehicle on a 20 to 30 minute motorway or highway run helps keep the DPF hot enough to clean itself. Using the correct low-ash engine oil is extremely important because the wrong oil creates ash that the DPF cannot burn. Problems with the EGR system, turbocharger, or injectors should be repaired quickly because they create extra soot. Long periods of idling should be avoided. Dashboard warnings should not be ignored because catching the problem early keeps repair costs low. A few common myths cause confusion. Some people believe you should idle the engine to clean the DPF, but idling keeps temperatures low and can make soot build up worse. Others claim that DPF deletes improved fuel economy, but removing the DPF is illegal in both the United States and the United Kingdom for road-going vehicles. It causes inspection failures, voids warranty, and can lead to heavy fines. Some drivers think that when the light comes on, they should just keep driving, and it will clear itself. That is only sometimes true early on. Once the light stays on, continuing to drive can damage the DPF or force the vehicle into limp mode. Another myth is that only city driving causes problems, when in fact short trips anywhere, even in rural areas, can prevent regeneration. Exhaust temperature matters more than location. Many drivers also have basic questions. You can technically drive with the DPF light on for a short time, but you should complete a regen or visit a shop soon, because ignoring it can cause expensive damage. The cheapest fix is always letting the vehicle finish an active or passive regen by driving at proper temperature and speed. Forced regen is the next cheapest option, and replacement is the most expensive. Premium diesel fuels or additives may improve burn quality and reduce soot, but they cannot fix a completely clogged DPF. A well-maintained DPF often lasts 100,000 to 150,000 miles or longer. If the DPF light stays on after a good highway run, if the vehicle keeps attempting regeneration cycles, if power is reduced, if fuel economy drops quickly, if you smell very hot exhaust, or if cooling fans run constantly, it is time to visit a shop. Drivers who tow heavy loads, idle for long periods, or make frequent short trips, such as delivery vehicles and work vans, should be especially alert to these signs. In short, regular warm driving is the best DPF protection. Active regenerations are normal and cost nothing, and forced regenerations are still far cheaper than replacing the filter. Caught early, DPF issues are simple and affordable. Ignored, they become one of the most expensive repairs on a diesel vehicle.